Come on, get your dancing glad rags on. There's a reason for this. Come on, sing the chorus. Come on. Now you may be wondering why have I played that? Well, earlier on, as I was basically, looking for last bits of stuff for material for today, I found out it would have been Stuart Adamson's birthday today. And, it were a lot of little things that just popped into my head, because I remember when I was a little boy, I probably would have been in this house at the very time, because, this was my grandma and granddad's house before I bought it. And I remember Saturdays it used to be, sort of like you were either Wide Awake Club or Tees Was or the Saturday Show, whatever it was. And I remember they were doing some new bands or new videos for the week, and I remember that song coming out and I thought, oh wow, what an absolute belter of a tune. And every time I see that tune, it always reminded me of it takes me back to when I was a child. Oh God, I'm getting a little bit emotional thinking about it. That little boy. So, when I saw it this morning, I just thought, you know what? There are so many wonderful people up in my chat, and who basically who support my channel and support what I do, and sort of like took me into their hearts, and I thought, what a lovely little tribute, and what a fantastic singer-songwriter was, and gone but not forgotten, isn't it? So I better give up before I start booing my eyes out, because it's such a tragedy what happened to Stuart Adamson, isn't it? But anyway, let's not dwell on that for too long. I just wanted to pay a little glowing tribute to one of my favourite bands growing up as a boy. But anyway, and also enough of me getting ready to blubber, because just took me back to my childhood. But let's have let's say a quick hello to people in the chat, my Friday frolickers, you know, and I do hope everybody's very, very well. Of course, first one to basically there is my friend Billy Kirk. May Runnymede. And we're going to do a lot of pumping and dumping. And hello, Andrew Luke. If you're not subscribed to Andrew Luke's channel and you love everything that is a Doctor Who and stuff like that, he will know more than most people have forgotten. And he does some fantastic stuff. And so if you're not subscribed to Andrew Luke's channel, please do. He does some fantastic stuff. But yeah, unfortunately, no, you're certainly not my friend, but at least I get to be watching the charming... Oh, thank you very much. And we've had some good chats ourselves on Max's Discord channel, haven't we? Rather than entertaining and trying to coax my spirit. So, I do my best, because at the end of the day, it's Friday, isn't it, my friend? And the great community. I will say, I've always thought got a fantastic community. And Sandy McLean, hello there, my friend. Oh yes, even my tourist from the Two Davies show. Well, I do hope I raise your spirits, and welcome to my Friday frolic. And again, if you're not subscribed to the Two Davies, you should be, because they do some cracking work on what's happening north of the border where I live, and basically, and also talk about what's happening with Scottish independence and where they're at. So yeah, good evening, Stephen Bank. Yeah, thanks, Friday. It's a frolicking day. May the frolic be with you. Good evening, Daily Blasé. Yes, good evening. Yeah, exactly. May the frolicking be with you, my friend. Hope you're well, my friend. Yes, and see who else is in the chat. I just talk of the man himself. Welcome, David McGuinness. Hope you're well, my friend. Even I'll be catching most of it short work. So listening, no worries, my friend. Hopefully we will enter, and hopefully the start got your spirits raised with a very big country. Oh, I still miss that band. You know, what a introduction to the music. You know, as if to say, we are here. You know, this is who we are, and brilliant. And I just thought I wanted to share. If the YouTube Music Mafia comes after me, I don't give a shit. It's not as if I'm making any money out of this anyway, so it doesn't matter. Yes, good evening, my two fantastic moderators, Alistair Kerr and Mad Monk. Good evening. Good evening, guys. Hope you're both well, and give them a massive thumbs up, you know, for the fantastic work they do for my channel, especially on my live streams. I won't be able to operate without them. And of course, my lovely daughter. Hope you're well, God's lasses. Hope you've had a good day today, and hopefully it's not been too warm for you. Yes, exactly, Billy Kershaw. Big up Scotland. Yes, and yes, see if there's any. I'm sure that I'd archive. Good evening, my friend. Hope you're very, very well. Hope you're very, very well. And Chris Fisher, hope you're well. Long time no see. Hope you're very, very well. Hope the little start with the big country really got your blood flowing. Absolutely, I'd archive. What a tune. Yes. Good evening, Scott. Hope you are. Good evening. Wake up and smell the rosaries. Hope you're very, very well. Cathology, hope you're well. DJ Mercy Moo, good evening, my friend. Yes. Frederick Rothford, hope you're very, very well. Simon says, good evening, my friend. Hello, Stephen Binning. And good evening, who's popping? Good evening, Alex Avon. Sorry, my friend. Alex Adam, hope you're very, very well. Yes. And good evening, Sonic. Yeah. Good evening. And I think that's everybody. I've just seen. Hello, Cheese Sniffer. Hope you're very, very well. And we have a professional in our midst. You know, a professional streamer. Well, he's far more professional than I'll ever be. Reagan Elite. If you're not subscribed to Reagan Elite, he does some fantastic stuff on what's happening in the world, and far more sensible than this show will ever be. Because I'm the Nick Abbott of the live streaming, you suppose you could say, when it comes to this sort of stuff. Good evening, Dennis Perry. Hope you well. But anyway, let's crack on. But as I say, I just wanted to do that little bit of a start because I've sort of like watched it a couple of times and I could feel me dander get good evening, Diz, hope you well. I could feel me dander getting up because it just took me back to my childhood when I first heard it, and it just always takes me back to that when I'm sat in the room, you know, when something that just pops into you, when something just happens that you just really, that it just makes a marked impression on your life and you just know where you are. And that's where I knew her, in this living room. And I remember first watching that video and I was just totally and utterly blown away. Absolutely blown away. And I watched it a couple of times and I could feel myself getting a bit emotional. I thought, oh, maybe I shouldn't have put this on as a bit of a tribute, but you know, it's all right. It's not a problem, is it? You know, but like as I say, in a way, it's sort of like just basically. It just got me a bit emotional, and we just, oh, good evening, Flummox, hope you well. I got you. You got your dander up there. That means it. Well, I suppose it did in a way, but you know, it just got me all emotional. You know. But anyway, let's get back to what we do here. You know what we do. We have a couple of hours where we just don't get too hyped up about what's happening in the world, because I just don't see the point at the moment, because it's Friday. That's the reason why. We're just going to have a frolic where we take the piss, and you can guarantee, judging by the thumbnail, who's going to get the most of it. Yes, we're going to dump a lot on Trump, do a lot of trumping, and sorry, I can't help it, but it's got to be done. And so anyway, Tariff looks more and more like market manipulation. 22% Tesla shares went up by, and it will be interesting who bought and sold shares in that period. It certainly will. It most certainly will. Yeah, absolutely. Another one of my favourites of theirs were Fields of Fire. Oh, top class. Another one was Chance, and they made so many fantastic songs. But anyway, less of my waffle. I certainly will, my dear friend Frederick. But anyway, this is what we're here for. Just have a bit of a good giggle. And let's be honest, a Friday Frolic wouldn't be a Friday Frolic with our dear friend, the wonderful, the brilliant Maggie Reed. She does some brilliant stuff where she just knows how to take. Good evening, Hassan Hussein. Hope you well. Are you back in to win the tariff war? I have a funny feeling I have a funny feeling it could be China. Because they have a lot of, they hold a lot of America's debt, don't they? And that could cause them a lot of that, and if it does escalate, and because they have a similar army to what America has, and if they get into a spot of bother, which allies are going to pick Donald Trump's side? That'd be interesting, wouldn't it? Very, very interesting. Absolutely, that's anything. Yeah, really tough one to call. Time will tell. But anyway, the wonderful Maggie Reed, you know, it was, well, she has her take with the mango Mussolini when it comes to groceries. A bag with different things in it. Yes, groceries, a bag with different things in it. Take it away, Maggie.
Hello, sir. Did you find all the groceries you needed?
It's an old-fashioned term that we use, groceries.
Yeah, well, we got a lot of groceries at the grocery store.
It's such an old-fashioned term, but a beautiful term, groceries. It sort of says a bag with different things in it.
Well, like I said, I'm glad you got all the groceries you needed.
Almost all of them.
That's great.
Groceries, apple, chips, tape, antibiotics, a can of milk.
A can of milk?
American rice, American beef, lots of eggs.
Mm-hmm.
Every single other item. Back and forth, back and forth.
Well, it looks like you're all set. Do you have any coupons today?
And I'll just hold it up for you.
Okay.
You look at that.
Sir, I don't know what that is.
I think you can, for the most part, see it.
I'm pretty sure that is not a coupon.
Oh.
Yeah, a coupon is usually smaller, not poster size.
I can't believe it.
Has that worked at other grocery stores?
Hey, if you can get away with it.
Well, I'm sorry, sir. I can't accept that here.
That's okay.
Okay, well, your total today will be $215.05. Will you be paying cash, debit, credit?
Money.
Thank you, sir. Now, will you be needing some assistance to your car today?
Think about putting a map up.
A map? I don't know where your car is, but I can get someone to help you.
Is that possible?
Of course, 1 second. Can I get a little assistance at cash register 3? One of our elderly customers needs a little help.
You've done a fantastic job.
Thank you, sir, and thanks for shopping here today.
I talked about the word groceries for a lot.
You sure did.
Groceries. I see we have. I have noticed we do have a member of cabinet in our chat. Yes, it's Rachel from accounting. Is that David McGuinness on here? Let him know. I got 3rd-degree burns from his naughty step. Evening pips. Well, you know, it's quite the disciplinarian is our is our David McGuinness. You know, takes no flannel from nobody, and get on the wrong side of him. Yes, 3rd-degree burns on that naughty step. So, but yeah, she is absolutely she's so good. She's brilliant. Hey, it's to lips Trump. Yes, I'll be sure to look. Yes, but yes, it is. You'll. I'm sure. But yes, she's good, isn't she? She's absolutely. She can do. I think have another one in here somewhere with the fantastic Maggie Reed, as she absolutely tears our tumple thin skinned one. But like well, as I say, but like when I found, when I found it fascinating, when you remember when our, what you call him, our Mr. Farage, that's what it is, when he says, yes, I'd be cool about having chlorinated chicken, and let's just say that I'm not too sure that that is the winner that he thinks it is, but all I will say is, as I was sort of like rooting around that time, as I was sort of like rooting round looking for bits of material here and there, and I came across, well, I'll rephrase that, sounds a bit matron. But I found this little bit of a very, very old advert that I remember seeing as a kid, and they've done a little bit of a fantastic mashup with it, and it kind of does its job of hitting home. It's a brilliant little. See, ask those in the chat, let me know if you remember it. You wanting to watch Restless Native film again for the big country soundtrack now. Oh, Restless Natives. I might have actually watched that. Possibly might have done. Sounds vaguely familiar, but anyway. See, let me know if you remember this old advert, but it's mashed in with a little bit of what's happening today. It does help if I transition. What an idiot I am sometimes. But anyway, that's what you come for, folks, the professionalism.
Got what it takes, my wife. Got friends round.
There's your chlorinated chicken.
Real value for money. Fred's got plenty. Arthur's got plenty. We've all got plenty. Plenty to go round. My wife's got what it takes.
Brexit whole chicken in a can. What's it got? Lots of fat and weird jelly and shit. But no giblets, apparently.
Got what it takes, my wife.
Yes, got what it takes, my wife. Yes, that was from Moog. Absolutely brilliant. Do you think Farage will turn up? Will turn up to Parliament? I think it'd be big news if he did, because he seems to spend more time away from Parliament than what he does when he's in it. But yes. Let Farage tuck into his disgusting, smelly, chlorinated chicken. It might just see him off. Knowing our luck, it'll probably give him more superpowers, won't it? This joke, I thought. Yes. But just gave the trailer a watch, and it was a little funny, actually. Yes, Restless Native. It does sound vaguely familiar. I'm going to have to look it up myself again just to get me brain going. He spends more time in America and helping Trump with his issue. Apparently, I saw a little headline. He's got a 10th job now. I recall this advert. We've all got plenty, but not if you're Yes. Yes, I do remember the advert as a little boy, yeah. Yes. But, yeah, I do remember, yes, plenty to go around. Yeah, 10 jobs. 10 jobs Farage. I think the reason why he took the 10th job was because 9 job Farage has a better ring to it, didn't it? So, if it takes an extra one, that does away with the 9 job slogan, 9 jobs Farage slogan, doesn't it? Restless Natives is an awesome film. The clown and the wolfman on the motorbike robbing tourists in the Highlands. Class film. No, I'm saying it then. I was thinking of something else. But yeah, I think it might have to be something I will have to have a watch myself. 10 names is appealing his convictions at the High Court today. Yes, I did. I take it you mean our Tommy 10 names. Yes. Your summary, Reg, hope you very, very well. Yes, hope you well. Yes. Safe to Faz will probably say that E402, E425 and E411 are safe to eat. You probably would do, I know. But anyway. I don't know if anybody's said, but this is a remiss. You're welcome. We have some inside video of our Trumple Thin-Skinned. He is as he. Let's no, right. Let's go back to that one. I'll say we have some little bit of, you could say a bit of a sneaky video of how our Trumple Thin-Skinned, what he uses for makeup, and it's quite revealing. Yes, it's quite revealing. Yes, it's Cheetos. That's his makeup. All sensible stuff on this show, you know. Yes. Yes. That's his makeup That's his makeup routine. Well done, JD Vance. Yes. I've just timed that just about right. Yes. Well, go. You get lay on thick and fast, JD Pants. Okay. Strangely, I'm aroused. Good evening, Chris H. Hope you're very, very well. Yeah, and good evening. Yes. Good evening. Good evening, cousin. Do you think Farage fans will put 2 and 2 together when it comes to him trashing the economy, UK economy? Personally, I doubt it. No, no, I doubt it. You know, I think the other people you have to worry about are the people who are undecided. I've got a few friends who are, you know, full on Farage fans. If you laid all the evidence out in front of him, it will not change their mind because they are not interested. They don't care. They're just not interested. So I don't really hold up much. You could say, hope that they will put two and two together, because I just can't see it. Yes, but like, as I say, you know, it's but and like, as I say, it's just been absolutely mad over in America. And good evening, power to the people. Hope you're very, very well. And if you're not subscribed to Great Prices, power to the people, make sure you do. He does some fantastic, very, very good stuff. And good evening, TDGT. Get my teeth in. Yes, but it's just been absolutely mad. And can't remember who mentioned it about there's been a bit insider trading, and there. I did watch a bit of I didn't watch. I saw a bit of an article from a guy. Oh, what do they call that? That film. He was the character of Wolf of Wall Street. That was the character played by Leonardo Acropolis. No, Leonardo DiCaprio. And he basically is trying to say that, oh, no, it's nothing there. No, I don't think anything happened. But the more you look into it, he's starting to sound more and more like a Trump fan, you know. So, but it should be very, very interesting. But yes, yeah, cheers for that, Mad Monk. Yeah, if you subscribe to Power to the People, Great Prices channel, he does some excellent. Especially, I love it when 5 reasons why so and so is a bit of a twat. And good evening, Tories don't get tasered. Hope you're very, very well. Is that his name, Jordan Belmont? Yeah, it does sound vaguely familiar. Yeah, he was basically saying, yeah, he just looks as though nothing to see here, because like, who basically said, I was doing it on his. He was basically doing it on his Truth Social thing. Yeah, but half of them on there, I wouldn't have even realised what he was talking about. The other people who will have known what that were about will have took that as gospel of what's been happening. So at the end of Trump's term, a lot of people are going to have to answer for themselves. Yeah, I guess. And if the tariffs don't go down, if he does call time on his time in power, I think, and he's no longer going to try and go for a third term, I think that will cause the Republicans a lot of problems, because they have allowed him just free rein to cause all this problem. But but that's if they decide not to have. If they decide to run elections, do you think they will? Who knows? But good evening, Dodgy Syrup. Yes, we have. Not only do we have Rachel from accounting, we have Dodgy Syrup as well. Good evening, my dear friend. I'm surprised you're managing to find time while you've got your new show. And I did hear rumours that you are going into Big Brother. Would you like to elaborate if that's true, or would it mean you would have to kill us if you did admit to it? But they seem to already have started a kind of civil war. Yeah, it does look that way, doesn't it? Apologies, Majesty, your syrup needs to interference. They're better. But anyway, like as I say, we've when it comes to we've just witnessed we witnessed what they call Donald Trump's makeup routine. We have another member of the administration who's doing their daily routines, in in the kitchen. Yes, it's our Caroline Levitt. Again, she takes questions from the press in her own unique style. But before we go, I cannot admit or deny such things, as a man has to earn crust, you know. Okay. Secret's safe with me. But anyway, in true Caroline Levitt style, she handles the press in her own unique style. And, okay, do you like her cross? I think her cross is brilliant. What do you reckon? A hot dog cross.
President Trump's trade and tariff team has been working around the clock. They don't sleep. It's amazing. And you think that Cory Booker, aka Clearance Barack Obama, is impressive because he's been standing there doing, I don't know, a version of the vagina monologues in the Senate floor. I don't know. I don't listen. I'm here working. And I am also a working mother and a Christ follower. So I don't know. And I don't care what the Failing Atlantic has to say. Quite frankly, yes.
Can you tell us a little bit more about Liberation Day today?
Well, yes, thank you for asking that. Washington Post today is a celebration of America's leadership through strength, unlike the pathetic weakness of Joe Biden. Caitlin? Yes.
You were very cryptic yesterday about who qualifies as a criminal at the border. Could you be more clear?
I've already answered this question, but I will reiterate again that MS-13 is a terrorist organization as well as Tren de Agua, and they have been dealt with thanks to the bravery of our ICE agents, and President Trump, frankly, is the one that's behind all of this. He's actually arresting all of them by hand himself. He's actually a black belt in all martial arts. People don't really know that because he actually showed off his skills in Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, but that scene was cut. We can roll the tapes later, but they are the worst kind of criminals ever. Do you know what they do with corpses? You don't want to know. That's right. In fact, you want to know who's their leader? You want to guess? Joe Biden. That's right. He's actually the Tren de Agua leader, and you know what they call him? Josepi then. That's right. You heard it here first, and I would hate to keep you all waiting. We are going to be at the Rose Garden. You're all invited, except for you, Caitlin. But Steve from Reuters, you're welcome to come. Anyway, I'm happy to have you all here, especially because we are going to answer the question of who let the dogs out. It was Joe Biden.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, yes. The one who let the dogs out was, in fact, Joe Biden. Disgraceful behaviour. So no wonder they had to bring in the Mango Mussolini because, yes, Jose Biden, absolutely. She is brilliant, isn't she? She is absolutely top draw. I will give her that. She can do a mean Caroline Levitt. And hot dog, the Thai thing is class. And you're absolutely right, Scott. When I saw it, I just pissed myself laughing when I saw the hot dog. I've just been past the Tesla factory in Wolverhampton on the train, and I did my one finger salute to it. Did you say at the same time my heart goes out to you? The thing is, if Trump sees that, he'll probably think she's serious and give her a job as a spokesman. I won't bet against it. Yes, I wouldn't bet against it. Yes, yes, exactly, Scott. Tesla. Yes, that's brilliant. See, when you think about it, she does have that little look of Kate Middleton, doesn't she? I'd not noticed it before, but now when you do kind of look at her, she does have that look of Kate Middleton. Yeah. I have to say, if we were playing a celebrity, identical celebrity cricket, I would say she would be a 4. You know, and for so I'd say, yeah, Kate Middleton 4. Yes. Good evening, Ben Shaw. I hope you're very good as well, and welcome Hugh Janus as well. I hope you're very, very welcome to our Friday frolic, and hope you've had a good day. Yes, I didn't realise and thought she was serious for the first second. Exactly, crap out of the people. She is really, really good. She can take her off to a T. She is brilliant. I've seen a few American vloggers, you know, using and say that she's absolutely top draw. Yes, she. Oh dear. But anyway, let's just say, are we? Who? Let's just say, we all love a good story, don't we? We all certainly do love love a good story. Remember when we was kids, you know, we would basically say to either your mum and dad, before we go to bed, please read us a bedtime story. And you know, even when they were, you know, absolutely shattered after their 25-hour day shift and worked 8 days a week, you know, before we go to bed, 15, they would read us a bedtime story before we go to bed. But I bet you will have never heard of a bedtime story quite like this one. So come on, grab hold of your teddy bears, get tucked in. We're going to be read a wonderful, well, very odd bedtime story. I'm very surprised if this was a children's story, but.
Do you want to play with my box? Do you want to play with my box? By the Capaldi Brothers. Hey Maria, do you want to play with my box? Sure, Sally. Wow, your box is super cute. Compared to yours, my box is completely bare. Uh-oh, here comes those boys who are always playing with their balls. Look at Sally's face. Hi, Sally. Can we play with your box? No, thank you, boys. I'd rather just play with myself. Aw, come on. What if I just poke my head in your box? I don't think so, Louie. And besides, your head is way too big. You know, Sally, if you spread those flaps open, maybe I could squeeze inside. Sorry, Chuck. My flaps are sealed tight, and they're staying that way. Good for you, girl. Oh, all right. Hey, Maria, can we play with your box? She's like, wait, what the fuck? Not a chance, Louie. Your dog licked my box yesterday. Your dog licked my box yesterday and got it all wet. Fine, then you should probably stay away from Billy Johnson. That kid has a tiny wiener. Please, Maria, I'm begging you. She's like, oh my God. All Chuck and I ever do is play with each other's balls. Wait, I know. Hey, Sally, maybe we could fit in your back door. God, these boys will just not give it up. Absolutely not. Come on, Maria. We don't need those boys. Let's go play at my house. That sounds like a great idea. And you know what else? We can slide our boxes together and fill them with our toys.
Somehow I don't remember my dad reading me that story when I was a little boy, or either my school teacher reading us a story before we went home. Good evening, Howard Kendrick. I can imagine you'll have come here for absolute precise political analogy and sensible live stream, and then you've come in to hear about a woman talking about her box. and about girls playing with their boxes and boys playing with their balls, I do apologise. And yes, I was pissing myself laughing when I saw that. I thought, oh, MAGA will be banning George Orwell's books, but too stupid to realise what this one is actually about. They don't do something other. No, they certainly don't. Oh. But yes, that just I just thought that was just hilariously funny, especially when it says, "No, I'm keeping my flaps well and truly closed." You do right, girl. Yes, exactly, Scott. Instructional manual to peeps. Yes. It's football time again here. Nobody's my dear friend. And that's British politics. Absolutely, whoever wrote that book could probably have got a peerage from the Tories this time. No worries, Cathology. You have a lovely weekend, and thanks for stopping by, my friend, and hopefully see you soon, my dear friend. But yeah, when I watched that, I was just wetting myself laughing. I'm thinking, no way that is a kid's story, because like always keep your flaps closed. But I was sat there because nobody would read their kids that in a school. Nowhere, because there will always be the clever kids who'll start going. And you'll get in the other corner, the other kids will be looking around and, well, they're sniggering about. Kind of reminded me of when we once went to I think it was Tenerife. Yeah, it will have been in Tenerife, and there were a bit of a drag night, and we took kids. And a bit of a cabaret and all that sort. So, well, there were one doing all the jokes, and it was quite humorous watching the parents just. You've got that. Oh my God! Won't somebody think about the kids? The kids are just looking around, and like I remember we were telling this one joke, and it went over most of the kids' head, except for our youngest lad. He got it straight away. He's there talking about. He's basically there talking about. He said. Well, she said. I remember the other night we took the girls to the dogging, and yeah, we were quiet in there. But I will say that the car park was absolutely rammed. Well, my lad just bellowed out laughing while other kids around the other tables just look at each other and say, "Don't get it." But yeah, and they're all kids, all other parents. Oh my God, cover the kids' ears! Disgusting! How dare you, corrupting my child's mind? But yes, that was your two nuns in a bath, and one says, "Where's the soap?" The other nun replies, "Yes, it does." Ba-bum. These are the jokes, folks. Ba-bum. I once got taken out of a lesson for sitting next to a boy called Paul, and the teacher read a World War One poem with the line, "A thick Paul descended," and I sniggered. Why am I not surprised, Scott? Why am I not surprised? Brilliant. But yes, that's your Friday night story. Yes. But like, anyway, let's get back to what we are supposed to be doing. Yeah, I swear it's a bit of a political Friday frolic, and as I say, when it came to what you could say these tariffs, there did seem to be a certain person who's in the administration who didn't seem to be too happy about the fact that they're doing tariffs. So a certain Elon Musk had to call his accountant.
Hi, Elon. Yeah, Mexico just called. Yeah, they canceled their Starlink contracts. All 22 billion worth. Yeah. Something about being a threat to international security. I know, go figure. Hi, Elon. Yeah, me again. Yeah, Italy. Yeah, they want to cancel too. I believe it was, and I'm quoting, Mussolini vibes? Oh, no, not a compliment, no. Hi, Elon. Yeah, me again. So Ontario is out. Yeah, I think it was the whole Canada is not a real country tweet. Yeah, they kind of remember that Putin said the exact same thing about Ukraine before invading. Yeah, Canadians are smart. Yeah, you might want to stop giving yourself away like that. It's just bad writing. How long until everyone realizes that terraforming Mars is scientifically impossible? I don't know. Could be any day now. Okay, are you ready to talk about Tesla? Aww. There. Don't cry.
Yes, Elon, please don't cry. Yes. Yes, because like wasn't that interesting? You know, that him and the other clown, you know, having a bit of a toing and froing on Twitter. What did he say? Call him about as thick as a bag of bricks or something. Yes, I have to leave. Thanks all for the warm welcome. Have a great week. You too, cousin it. And thanks for stopping by. And every Friday, 7 World 12. 7 World 12. No, I don't think so. Not even I could do that. 5 will 7. I will get there in the end. Cramming a musky river. Absolutely. Simon said Reagan Elite and Peter Navarro. Yeah, that's it. Them two having a bit of a set too. I know they're basically saying boys will be boys, and no, it's absolute infight, isn't it? Infighting. Yes. Oh yeah, exactly. So, yeah, quite right, Andrew Lou. Yeah, I forgot to mention. Yeah, cheers for the little suggestions there, gonna late that you gave us earlier on. I've incorporated one or two of them. They'll be somewhere in the show later on. But cheers for that. But yeah, it's the infighting now. It's getting quite juicy, isn't it? and I always say, two Coffee Friday Frolics. Love these two Coffee Friday Frolics. Do you know what, Scott? I enjoy them as well. It gives me the opportunity to just let myself go and let's have a bit of a good giggle and quite a good laugh. That's what I always try and do. Because yes, it's like when it comes to what's been happening, it can wear you down, and you just need that little bit of light relief where you just have a laugh at their expense, because the one thing that they don't like is people laughing at them, do they? It's one of their things they absolutely detest, is being laughed at. They want, and because one of the things I find the funniest are people who think they are more intelligent than what they are, and they think they're serious people, and the more they try to be serious, the more funnier they look to me. Yes. Sleeper, I misread as spaffing Mars, or did I? Merton. But anyway, we're going to have to delve into what's been happening. Do you remember when a certain rock star decided to disrespect the Oval Office by clearly not being dressed up properly? And well, we're going to take the piss out of this in only the way we do in Friday Frolic. Take away honey badgers me. Why, honey badgers me something or whatever. Honey badgers me my bitch. Honey badgers my bitch. Something tells me one angry pagan would quite like this person. Yes. But yes, this is so stupid, but it's so funny.
Look at this guy right here, very famous, bigly famous even. Some call him Kid Rock, but I call him Bobby.
Why is he dressed like a fucking 90s arcade floor? Okay, Mr. Canadian, I know you're not talking to me like that. Get fucked, you duster, you look like a redneck pinata full of cigarette butts and dirty needles. What the hell, Donald, you're just gonna let him talk to me like that?
Someone screwed up and gave him a 4-year press pass, and now we're stuck. We can't do anything.
You look like a piece of expired beef jerky became human and started playing shitty music for deadbeat dads who don't pay child support. Alright, you gone too far. People love my music. You're right, I'm sorry, it's really good. Thank you, it's about damn time. Really good for 6 a.m. trips to the fucking liquor store. Alright, I've had about enough of you. Shut up, you're shaped like a piece of celery and you look like someone ordered an Evel Knievel doll off Temu and they were real rough with the shipping and handling. You wanna fight me? You wanna fight me right now? No, please don't fucking touch me. You look like you buy one-ply toilet paper and don't fold it.
Take it from me, Bobby, it's pointless. You might as well just ignore him.
Fine, forget this bullshit, I'm out of here. Whose kid is this?
Oh no, Bobby, watch out.
It's like all the dollar stores collectively decided to make a band and they went dumpster diving for a fucking lead singer.
Hey guys, before I go, there's a real chance TikTok could be banned. If you want to continue seeing my content, check me out on Instagram, Blue Sky, and YouTube. You can find the link in my bio. Bye!
Yes. Yes. So, honey badger's my bitch. Yes, absolutely brilliant. Good evening, global citizen. Hope you're well. I can't keep up with all the drama. Anyone notice how quiet Toad of Turd Hall has been? Strangely enough, he was on, was it this morning? He was on with Nick Ferrara. Well, it had to be Nick Ferrara because he wasn't going to turn up in with the James O'Brien, was it? Not after the last time he crossed swords with him. He will still wake up in cold sweats after that interview, won't he? That was just beautiful to watch. Well, he basically talked to him about, and he near enough, damn it, criticised Donald Trump. Yes, he popped up this morning, as far as I'm concerned, and he went as close as to criticise him, didn't he, if I remember rightly? But without going as far as to really criticise him, because didn't he ask him if he thought that, about these tariffs, and he said, I've basically said that, do you think he's made a terrible mistake? And he just basically said, we will have to wait and see, won't we? So I think he's worked it out that our Donald is not very popular here. So giving him his unwavering support isn't going to do him any favours, is it? The pills have kicked in for him, then... Yeah, yes, I get the feel, especially with him now talking about what's the word I'm after now when it comes to the steel. Is it the steel? Bring it into public ownership and stuff like that. Very interesting. He's starting to sound like a rampant socialist now, isn't he? We all know he doesn't really give a shit, does he? But yes, bagging on about Turkish barber raids as well. Yes, I heard a little something about that. You think now something to do with money laundering or something. You think really want to go down that route? I've been hearing little stories about friends of his who have who've been guilty of money laundering, who were in his clique, you could say. So all very interesting. But anyway, I found this little bit of a clip this one's a little bit interesting. Where clearly the you know when you know the Trump administration, they try and do these wonderful Trump little clips to make him look windswept and interesting and a leader to be feared, and let's just say that when they do make these videos, it's always open season for those to take the piss out of him. So, and this was from Liberation Day, where he decided to, I'm going to do Liberation Day, they would tariff everyone and make an absolute mess and let the world burn. Well, they'd basically done a bit of a wonderful slow-mo promo of the day and how we're making America great again. Well, somebody said, I really felt Trump's tariff video was so good, but lacked emotional depth. So I added some music. Everything else remains unchanged. Honest. And it was quite interesting.
America, fuck yeah. To save motherfucking day, America, fuck yeah. Freedom is the only way, yeah. Terrorist, you're game, mister. 'Cause now you have to answer to America. Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah. Yes, exactly. America. Fuck yeah. Yes, exactly. Amazing song. Not quite as good as like the audience in Waterboy. Yeah. I love the Mickey Mouse hat that made. Team America. Now that is a funny film. Oh yeah, hilariously funny. Yeah. Hello, Max Starmerhead. Yes, we have the Prime Minister in the chat. Yeah. Good evening, Max Starmerhead room. Does not compute. Warning, Tommy Robinson. Warning, Tommy Robinson. What? Where's that Rachel with my tea? Yes. Well, she was in the chat not so long ago, but I think. But I do have a feeling that she's out having a burger with dodgy syrup. So you might have just missed her. But yes, and like I was to say, when it came to when it came to the day after, what you'd say, Liberation Day, and you could say that things didn't go that well as in the stock markets, and as we will see that in the White House, things went a bit dodgy.
They're too bright. Turn them off. Turn them off. Let's go. Ready? Yeah, no problem. No problem. Turn off the lights. How did you know who they wanted?
my president.
Yep. Yes, that's... Yes, that's what was happening in the White House as Wall Street was crashing and everything was going to shit. But anyway, yes, get my press gang always sunny and Dr. Sue this week. And if anyone's thinking of Patreon, I could really use the help right now as rough times. Yes, well, as I say, if you want to post your Patreon in the chat, it's not a problem. That's up to you, my friend. It's not a problem. But yes, as you can see, there were difficult times There's been difficult times, you could say, in the White House when. Oh yeah, no worries, Andrew. But you could say there was quite difficult times in the White House as things started to go horribly wrong when you could say the whatever, everything was going horribly wrong. Now, whether it was all planned for that, who knows? Who knows what happens in that warped mind of our Donald Trump? But anyway, let's have a bit of a good giggle. Now, you get how many in the chat? If they get the chance to, the press gang, is that the name? Brilliant, and so many of the actors went on to bigger things. Memories. Is that the name of the program? Press Gang. I don't remember watching it, but when I saw the characters, it looked incredibly familiar. Can I post my buy my beer link? like MTG for son's birthday. I bet that was a bust. You post away, my dear friend. Post away. Yes, post away, Prime Minister. No problems. Because if you can help to grow the economy, we've got to all do our bit. But anyway, how many in the chat enjoy listening to Nick Abbott on a Friday and Saturday night when he does his normal abnormal show? And because as somebody who he religiously tunes in, good evening, Mark Purdy. Yes, exactly. How's the shitty Trump coins going? Absolutely. Well, who knows? God knows. But anyway, last week he had a call that, let's just say, had me in hysterics. So much so, I even had to make a short about it, but it was just absolutely hilarious because every so often, Nick Abbott always gets one of these calls, and let's just say it's just hilariously funny. And clearly somebody had been waiting for far too long.
Let's have Watford. Simon. Simon has been waiting for 45 minutes. He's probably come to the end of a very, very busy day. He's totally exhausted. He's flat out, poor man. He's actually face down in soup. 0345 6060 973. Every couple of months that does happen, and I do try to wake him up. With up to this point, zero success. Oh well, never mind. Let's have.
Yes, exactly. So it wasn't you, Simon says. I'm glad to hear it, my friend. Wasn't you? Very, very good to hear it. But yeah, when I was listening, I was just pissing myself. It'd have been even better if he'd got his soundboard out, you know, with... yes, exactly, Mark Purdy. Could have been Rees-Mogg. But it'd have been funny if it had been using, you know, all his clock noise, his bells and noises, trying to wake him up. It'd have been even hilariously funny. But yeah, I try and religiously tune in and listen to Nick Abbott Friday and Saturday, as he's just absolutely hilariously funny, especially when he takes piss out of Donald Trump. He's just brilliant. Yes, now there's a chump badge, absolutely. It's brilliant. Yes, absolutely. That's a reaction I get during my speeches. So, good evening, Donkey Dave, the legend. Please like and please subscribe to Donkey Dave's channel if you haven't already. He's absolutely brilliant. I had a laugh the other day when he was, especially when he had Little Dick Lyson with that farmer, you know, that millionaire farmer, and he brings out his littlest violin. Yeah. Yeah, good evening, my friend. Hope you well. I have to say, I enjoyed your live stream the other night. You and Long John, absolutely brilliant. Proper kept me entertained. But yeah, cheers for that, Mad Monk. Much appreciated. Yeah, please go and subscribe to Donkey Dave's channel if you haven't already, because he does some brilliant stuff. But yes, every so often he'll get calls like that where they've been waiting for quite a while, and then they clearly intoxicated, and they're rather a bit worse for wear for the beer and for the booze. So they fall asleep, and it's always the snory ones that seem to fall asleep. But anyway, I just thought I'd share that with you because I just thought that was hilariously funny. But anyway, let's get back to matters at hand when it comes to the stuff like what's happening over the more, I suppose in a way you could say a bit more Trump dumping, you could say. Get me words out. Blue Label looked nice, mate. Didn't it just? Yes. Question. Donkey cause you're stubborn or hung like a donkey? Question. Donkey cause you're stubborn or hung like a donkey? Now there's a question for you, Donkey Dave. That'll be one of the most sensible questions that we will get from my Friday Frolickers tonight, especially when it comes to stuff like political. But anyway, anybody, we all, let's be honest, we all enjoy the Saturday Night Live, don't we? We all love this Saturday Night Live, and this is just absolutely hilarious where, again, we get to watch the comedic genius of Mike Myers, where he does a very excellent glitch while having a piece of cheese on its head. Absolute comedic genius. Mike Myers nails the ketamine junkie and toxic Tesla again. Take it away. This is hilariously funny.
You know, some people say my plan is nonsense, but we're using a formula, okay? They call it a formula. It's very complicated. but let me explain how it works. Give me that. All right, so that's a triangle. I don't know what that is, but up here, that's she from China. And that's me stabbing him with a sword.
Are you all getting this?
And then down here, that's some sideways boobs. And anyway, you get it. Your money's gone, and that's okay. We're going to figure it out. You know, no country is safe from my tariffs. I even put tariffs on an island that is uninhabited by humans. It's called Herd and McDonald Island. Ooh, McDonald Island. I'd love to visit there, right? McDonald Island. Can you imagine that? A Big Mac and a hula skirt. Ooh la la. You know, I had to mock up some artwork of McDonald Island. Howard, do you mind bringing that out, please? There we go. I want to go to there, Tina. Get me to God's country, right? Remember that?
I think you'll find God's own country is Yorkshire, and the centre of it is Bradford. I think you'll find Mr. President.
The point is, everything is going to be fine and or bad. Everyone's worried about prices going up, especially the price of groceries. Am I saying that right? Food from the grocery store. Such an old-fashioned term. But we need to send a message to countries who have been ripping us off, like South Africa. South Africa puts a 60% tariff on everything we send them. And they've never even sent us one good thing.
What about me? Kidding. Legalized comedy. That was from when I tried to buy the election in Wisconsin. I'm an idiot. I should have just bought Wisconsin. Glitch. Pinwheel. And I'm back.
Elon is great, but sadly, it's time to never see you again, okay? You gotta get back to Tesla, right? Because they're doing pretty bad.
Yes, recently our dealerships have been the target of many attacks, and suddenly no one likes Tesla cars. So I asked myself why, and then I answered myself because of me.
Yes, exactly. Yes, the reason why they hate you is because of you. Oh, that glitch was pinwheel. Hello, Sonic. As a Leeds lad, I feel most affronted. I'm not surprised. And so you should be. And good evening, Number 3. Please subscribe to Number 3's channel if you haven't already. Does some fantastic. And also, he's... cheers for that, Mad Monk. Cheers for that. He's scheduled a video for 6 o'clock tonight. So, democracy is dying. It's a quick plug. No problems, my dear friend. So, make sure you go and watch it. It's... is it not about time Myers did another movie? Wouldn't it be a comedy? Do you think he'd get away with a comedy movie about Elon Musk? And good evening, One Angry Pagan. Please subscribe to One Angry Pagan's channel as well. Devon is the land of the gods. I think you'll find Bradford is the land of the gods. We'll get everyone in the chat saying, no, you think you'll find my part of the world is the land of the gods. And good evening, Cupid Stunt. Hope you're very, very well. Oh, no worries, Number 3. But yes, but please subscribe to One Angry Pagan's channel, because one thing you'll get from his channel, you'll get a pagan who can be very angry. And also very educational as well, especially when he does his live streams when he's taking his dog for the walk in the wonderful countryside where he lives. So, anyway. Got to give Rotherham a plug. Absolutely. The wonder... Have I ever been to Rotherham? Football ground, that is. I've been to that many, so I probably will have done. So, yes, one of the things I always enjoyed when I could do it was go to away grounds. Scotland is the land of the gods, you big hairy sausage. Don't tell me wife that, she'll get all giddy. Ooh. I can get very sweary. Yes, also on One Angry Pagan's channel, you can get very sweary. So if you like pagans who get angry and sweary, then he's the man. But anyway, my God, it's 8:20. Good evening, oh Gordon Hunt. Hope you're very, very well. Work gets in, yeah, it does sometimes, and it's a bit of a shame that you missed the start. You will definitely have to watch the very, very start. I will not spoil it for you because it'll be something that will be right up your street. So make sure if you do anything over the weekend, make sure you watch the start of this live stream, because I get a feeling my dear friend Gordon Hunter will be right up your alley. So nice little lovely surprise for you. But yeah, he does a fantastic meme, Elon Musk, especially when he does the glitch. That is just so funny. Did you hear about when he did a bit of some sort of live stream of some sort where people were trolling him? 8:20, don't you mean 6? Did I say 20 past? Oh, what an idiot. Yes, I do mean 6:20. Yeah, I was about to say, where's the time go? So much so, I don't even, can't even read the time. Shows you how much time goes quick for me, especially when I do these. I can't even read it. Thank you for that, Leapshin. You know, what an idiot I am. But never mind. I can imagine everybody at chat saying, oh my God, I'm supposed to be somewhere at 8 o'clock. In about an all-female motorcycle display team who called themselves the cunning stunts. I thought that was amusing at the time. Yeah, that's pretty good actually. Yeah, Bin podcast played it yesterday. Yeah, did they as well? Yeah, because I remember did them a little plug on a video, and I found it funny because when I'd done it on the day, a couple of hours later they were doing a live stream. They're getting load of, because like I did say, you know, make sure you subscribe to the Bin Cup podcast, because I mentioned that I was watching what I'd gone over in the video, and it did quite well. It did quite well, and I sat there watching the live stream and Tim saying, where's all these new subscribers coming from? And it made me chuckle. Did it make me chuckle? I think, I wonder if they're not far off 1,000, because I think they were just short of 500 at the time, and then they just shot up to about 700 and odd. And I thought, I wonder if they've clicked onto the link that I give them to like and subscribe. So I thought, if that's come from me, that's my good deed for the day. But yes, I do enjoy the Bin podcast, especially when it comes to Mikey Famine's fashion tips. Yes. Where's the UFO? Bonnie Bridge. British Steel. Yes. From what I could gather, I think there's only one thing you can do for British Steel is public ownership, isn't it? Yes, we know, no spoilers alert, but you'll definitely have to watch the start. I can imagine it'll be right up your alley, and it will get your blood flowing. Let's just say that. And there's a reason why I did it, and you'll understand why. But like, yes. Now that this trade war is going off, and they've decided that the Americans are that Trump wants to basically, you can just say he wants to bring manufacturing home. Well, let's just say that. Let's have a look at the fact that where these factories are now being made. Yes, they seem to have got going. Yes, he's got the answer how to fix the bring factories back to America. You go for it, Donny. That's it, get over teaming. Well done, Elon. Yeah, you go for it, Fat Donny. You get at them. Yeah, that's their new plan. They're all good. They've decided, yes, even though we don't need immigration, we will start the factories ourselves. Oh yeah, exactly. One more for we've got 50 likes already. Whoa, wow. Well, I'm pleased with that. That'll do for me. If I ever get 50, if I get 50 likes on a live stream, I'm happy with that. So yeah, yes, that's their new plan. Because we don't want foreigners doing our factories. Good evening, Spank the Monkey. Yeah, hope you well. And he's lost weight. Yes, it's all that hard work he's been doing in that factory. You know, because while they've not got the immigrants to do the work that they don't want to do, they've got to do their bit. You know, everybody's got to do their bit. Yes. 51. Oh, well, I'm minted. That's made my weekend. Oh, thank you very much, my dear friends. Thank you very much. Made a Bradford lad very happy. But yes, you know, that's what they need to do. You know, they may be in his administration, but they have to do their bit. You know, because quite clearly that when it comes to these new jobs are not going to be filled themselves, are they? But anyway, yes. Do you know when I said earlier on that we do have a bit more of our certain Maggie Reid? Well, yes. Well, we do. We have the wonderful Maggie Reid again as she goes through her repertoire of interviewing our Donald Trump. Unless just say it's a case of she's asking him about his concepts of plans, and they're quite embarrassing.
Donald, question over here.
Please.
How are all of your concepts of plans going?
Not good.
Can you elaborate on any concept, on any plan?
A lot of people like my concept, but you know, there are other concepts that I like too. And there's some concepts I don't like.
What?
I don't know what's happening.
No shit. What do you have to say about tanking the economy on purpose?
One of the dumbest situations, I think, and maybe the most embarrassing situation we've ever been involved in.
Well, are you going to do anything about it? Yes, no, golf some more?
It's going to remain that way.
Okay, well, what are your thoughts on America being the laughingstock of the world?
I guess I've done that.
You sure have. You know what? I think someone needs to come get Grandpa.
Tell me about it.
Donald, question over here.
Yes, somebody needs to get Grandpa. Yes, she's brilliant, isn't she? Elon has no concept of contraception. You're not wrong, Spank the Monkey. Clearly has. How many kids has he got now? And what's a betting he's still a virgin? What's a betting? Do you think? Do you reckon? Well, who knows? But our political system is shite. Always was. Yes. Good evening, Jan Wallace. Hope you're well. Does your channel contain religious material? And are you a pastor? Well, from what I've watched on Andrew Luke's channel, I don't think I've seen anything religious. I know he's a big fan of Doctor Who, so I suppose that probably will be his religion a bit. He's a Doctor Who fanatic, and all I will say is he's probably forgotten more about Doctor Who than I'll ever know. I have to say, it was always a programme I never really watched growing up. No particular reason. It wasn't something I just religiously watched. But I did enjoy watching Tom Baker. He was quite the animated one. I did enjoy watching Tom Baker. But mind you, I am a bit biased because I loved his character, Captain Redbeard. Oh, you have a woman's purse, me lord. I bet that purse has never had 5 sailors tossing in it to save a sinking ship. But yes, she's brilliant. Is Maggie Reid, isn't she? She's absolutely top class. Oh, yes. I'm ordained by the Church of the and the yes. No religious material, but I'll do anything for a patron subscription. That probably tells me why you've got a business head on and I don't. A boom. Would you like a jelly bean? Would you like a jelly bean? I'm always partial to a bit of a jelly bean, Spank the Monkey. Yes, check out. I've never read Discworld with Andrew Luke and his friend PJ. John Pertwee, Brill. Yes, I remember. Yeah, John Pertwee, yes. I was just trying to put a face to him there, yeah. Wurzel Gummidge, yes, yes. Yes, Aunt Sally, do you want to come for a cup of tea and a slice of cake? Yes, I remember watching a few of the, when he was Doctor Who as a kid. But I always remember him as Wurzel Gummidge, because, you know, when he was making his way, at the end of the programme, making his way back to his field, and we would always try and guess which way, when he'd get on his thing, which way would fall, and be forward, backwards. And I still remember there were a few of us in the house who were watching it, and we practically covered all bases, you know, front, somebody said frontwards, somebody said backwards, somebody said sideways, and we were thinking, well, somebody will get it right. Well, they fell downwards, didn't they? And you just think, So we just think you might as well just give up now. When you're falling downwards, you might as well just call it a day. But anyway, but she's brilliant. Is our Maggie Reid. You should really watch some of her stuff. She's top draw. And here's another man who's just absolutely top draw. And let's just say he's got the voice of a grated cheese, a cheese grater, and the guitar skills of Sid Vicious. But boy, he can rub some MAGA fanatics up the wrong way. Yes, it's the one and the only. It's the one and the only Robbie Road Steamer. And hear this one. He's as a progressive singer with 60 MAGA events. With 60 MAGA events, I've stormed under my belt. I thought I could sing a quick one on stage at the rally in my hometown of Boston. But 50 protests in 50 states had other ideas and couldn't keep their hands off me. This is brilliant.
Hell yeah! My name is Robbie Road Steamer. God bless all of you. It is no longer good enough to sign online petitions. We need to get out here. We need to romanticize the scene. I'm sorry, the gatekeepers don't want me up here. I'm sorry. They don't want me. I'm a vagrant. They only want centrist Democrats up there. I'm sorry. Yeah, we can hear you, but I can't be 5 steps up. You know, that's how it is. It's their party. Hell yeah. I'm going to do a song right now. If you all sing along. Hey, pumpkin spice Satan, man. Get rid of every race but me. And on that jingly, jangly January 6th, I'll come up pardoning you. Hey, pumpkin spice Satan, man. Crash my 401k for me. I'm Aryan white. There ain't no place I'm going to. Hey, pumpkin spice Satan, man. Get rid of every race but me. And on that jingly, jangly January 6th, I'll come apart. It ain't you. I'm welcome to be part of the crowd, but they don't want to be part of the show. Awesome. Hey, pumpkin spice Satan, man. Get rid of every race but me. Aryan white. There ain't no place I'm going to. Hey, Mr. Tangerine Man, get rid of every race but me. And on that January, jingly January 6th, I'll come apart, didn't you? Hell yeah, we're buddies. Let me pose with these wonderful gatekeepers over here. Yeah, you don't want me near you. Hell yeah, I'm not Elizabeth Warren, so I can't be near it. Hell yeah. Gatekeepers, privilege. Good for you guys. They only want Matt Damon and Ben Affleck up there. I'm too ugly. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I've done 80 events in the last year. We don't have to have a dick measuring contest. Hell yeah. Woo! Oh, now you're following me.
He's brilliant. You know, if you'd have closed your eyes around there while he was singing away, it's almost as if Bob Dylan was in the room right there next to you as he was singing away. Voice of an angel, hasn't he, as our Robbie Road Steamer? He's just absolutely brilliant. He's got balls the size of medicine balls, hasn't he? I've seen him at some of them MAGA rallies, and yeah, exactly, spanked a monkey. No political violence. I still remember the time when he trolled Hulk Hogan. The look on Hulk Hogan's face of say, "Who's this fucking lunatic?" I ripped my shirt off, but this fella is absolutely dressed up to the nines. The orange life jackets will not stop him drowning. Trump would make awesome Kevin bloody Wilson material. Yes, Yes, Mr. Tangerine Man. I thought the Parliament to save the steel industry. Recalling Parliament to save the steel. Is that right, Donkey Dave? Oh, I'll be up for the do. On yourself. Get yourself onto BBC audience email list for future stuff. They do things all the time around the country. Yeah. Sloppy Steve Troll was magnificent. Yeah, he's just brilliant. He just does an absolute brilliant one. Yes. So I say what I've done is done a odd one or two. Yes. So it has recalled. Interesting. That is very, very interesting, isn't it? Ooh. That is very, very interesting. It's like, say, when they're in recess, my channel's at a bit of a loose end. And I think, well, what can I do? What can I do? And to be fair, this week I haven't done bad video-wise. I've done very. I know one video did very, very well, which surprised me. But man, yeah, he was a fantastic caller, Mark from Brighton. He was top class, especially when he talked about what do they call him now? That blues singer. Oh, name's just escaped me. I'm sure it'll come to me. Yes. That's what we're... Did anyone see US Secretary of Education Linda McMahon referring to AI as A1 tech conference on Tuesday? Gonna look for a clip after. Yes. Good evening, Paul McSweeney. Hope you well. Did you know Rubio's head of security has been arrested fighting the police in Belgium? What next? Jesus Christ. And a huge middle finger to Grangemouth priorities. Things make you go, yes. The Undertaker was always my favourite wrestler. I got to see him live when W went to Cardiff when I was a teen. I'm thinking, oh, he's a bit of a Trump supporter, isn't he? Starmer had found $1 billion for Scunthorpe Foundry. Oh, right, interesting. But anyway, I'll say what I decided to do for. What I decided to do for this, really, do a bit of political funny and some bits, you know, like in between, you know, cut things up, something a little bit silly and a bit funny. And how many in the chat like stuff like Britain's Got Talent and stuff like that, you know, where the public, you know, go on stage, make complete morons of themselves and look incredibly stupid, and every now and again you'll find a little rough diamond where they think, oh, now there's a person we can exploit in the pursuit of more money. Well, when that started, now I don't know where it originally started. Probably could have been in America first, who knows. But anyway, there was a... Well, now it seems to have got quite successful. And now we have... It's gone across all around the world, and here we have Sri Lanka's Got Talent. Now, can you tell me, do you think this will be a winner? Do you think this will be a winner, and he will get fame and fortune? Take it away.
Aí, já vi. Tem doido pra tudo mesmo. Quer ver? Filho da boba. Menino. Quer ver? Quebra o outro. Aí cima, vai. Mas são os braços de ferro.
He's killing it. Absolutely killing it.
Agora vai.
Now the big crescendo.
Quebrar no G, vai.
I think we found our winner, guys. Look at her face and say, what the fuck? Absolutely max Starmer headroom, not a patch an hour. Britain's Got Spanners. My favourite wrestler, Tom Matthews, Crooks, and Ryan Ruth. Sounds great. Oh dear, what is wrong with me? Absolutely Reagan elite. What is wrong? A big fail. As I say, just her face tells you everything you need to. He's got the look at him and say, what the fuck is he doing? and as I say, the other guy was watching that. Is he on drugs or something? What's this about? They're the two tuck shots of Chomp, yes. But yes, when I saw that, I just bellied up laughing. I just thought that would be a great little bit to it, you know, break up the Friday frolic for something a little bit different. Now, don't worry, we'll only be watching a little bit of this, because I watched this and I don't think he would be okay on a date for the ladies. No, can you imagine him? You know, they'll be across the candlelit dinner. Across the candlelit dinner, she's looking at him, he's looking at her, and then she says, "So what do you do for a living?" He said, "Well, let me just show you. Come on, let's get these two tables together." And says to waiters, "Can you get me a couple of roof tiles?" There she's looking at him thinking, "What are you doing?" "I'm showing you what I'm doing." Then half cripple himself at the end with his big crescendo. But anyway, I just wanted to show you a little bits of some. I don't worry, I won't be doing it for long, but this is interesting. Do you know when you're in a situation where you sat watching two people and you think they are both absolutely horrible individuals, but you sat there and they're talking about something that you just think, where one's basically talking about something and they're quite prepared to die on this hill that is something that's so, you think, ridiculous, and somebody else is like, who's just another awful individual, but it seems to be more of the voice of reason, and the other one starts to get hysterical. Well, let's just say I saw this little bit of a clip on KGBeebies, and don't worry, we're not going to watch 6 minutes of this shite, but I just wanted to get your good evening, Joe. Hope you're well. Another one of my fantastic moderators. Give us a massive thumbs up for my moderators. Do fantastic. And hope you're well, my friend. Hopefully see you later on in a few other live streams. But as I say, I've forgotten this clown, the lass's name, but she's a bit of a clown. And she wanted to, you know, when they decide to have a bit of an argument, she wants to vent her spleen about something that you just think that is so ridiculous. And what yes, is it Tom How whatever you call him? He said something and you just think, what? I never saw that coming. But what she has to say is just ridiculous.
It's been described by a certain Piers Morgan as preposterous, hasn't it? A professional women's pool tournament has been hit by protests after the final was contested by two transgender players. So Harriet Haynes beat Lucy Smith to win the Ultimate Pool Women's Pro Series title after they both got past four female opponents on their way to the final in Wigan. Thoughts?
So?
you have no problem with two transgender women, so biological males, not only getting to the final, but both of them getting to the final and competing against each other, so there was no female contestant left in the final?
I think some people would take issue with you using the word female in that way.
Okay, what's a woman then?
Yeah, that's all it is. Let's be honest here. She's not basically... She's not basically going on about this because she cares about women's pool. It's just a culture war, isn't it? That's all it is. Exactly, Billy Kershaw. So, who cares? And that's all. And then it's so what's a woman? Yes, exactly. So she's the victim of the makeup bag explosion. So, cheap clickbait. Absolutely, Stephen Bankier. But as I was sat here watching this, I'm thinking, why is it I'm feeling... When I watched it all the way through, I had to get in a shower and clean myself because I'm agreeing with this complete burk of a bloke.
I think.
What's your definition of a female?
I think if you're going to go down the definitional argument, you could pick any item in this room and say, "What's your definition of that?" And you would find a word. You'd find a string of words.
Oh, come on! You're a sensible person. You know what the definition of a woman is. Come on.
Here's my view. If somebody said that to me, I would just say to him, "Right then, what's a guitar?" I would say, "What's a guitar?" I have so many different types of guitars. I have an electric guitar. I have a semi-electric acoustic guitar. I have a classical guitar. I have a bass guitar, and I have a ukulele and all stuff like that. So I would say to her, so is that what you do if you walked into a music shop and said, I just want to buy a guitar, and they said, well, what type of guitar? What, don't you know what a guitar is? I want to buy a guitar. And you think, well, what type do you want? Do you want acoustic, semi-acoustic, or classical? Do you want electric? I just want to buy a guitar. Don't you know what a guitar is? That's what I would just say to these people, because that's their fail-safe, isn't it? And they just descend down a little. We'll just watch a little bit more.
Most women are people... I'm not going to go down a definitional...
Why not? You're acting like Keir Starmer now.
Well, no, because it's just a silly question.
No, I'm sorry. You either have a women's category or you don't. You have a women's category in pool, therefore it should only be biological females who are in that category.
When you ask,
otherwise, it's not fair on many levels.
When you ask the question, what is a woman, like, the answer that I'm supposed to give is adult human female, right?
Well, no, you're not supposed to give it. I just want to know what you think.
But that's just a tautology.
Well, not really.
Because you're just using it. Then you could ask, what's a female?
So, no, do you believe that a female is someone who identifies as female rather than has the biological makeup of a female?
No, I don't think that I could just, for example, tomorrow identify as a female like that. I don't believe that. But I do believe that.
But if you've had a bit of surgery, and a few hormones, then yes.
I do believe that there are transgender people who need to be treated with dignity and respect.
Okay, sure, but does that mean they get to go in the women's category of pool?
See, when he said, I'm sat there thinking, what has Tom swallowed the Socialist Workers' Party magazine or something tonight? It's like that. Why am I thinking? But yeah, yeah, exactly. When you can do the same with swords. There are many different types of different. Yeah, exactly. She's a fart there. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Well, you just get the basic picture of what basically... I thought, I'm not going to let you suffer the nonsense, because it was just... He's just basically just been quite reasonable, trying to ask simple questions. Yeah, she does seem quite reasonable. Yeah, the old Keir Starmer line, you're sounding like Keir Starmer. It was... Now... Making me strawberries go sour. Oh, I certainly don't want to do that to my little daughter. So she's munching on her big, massive strawberries, you know. She's got strawberries the size of medicine balls. And she's but wasn't she something to do with the Institute of Economic Affairs or something? Her face looks vaguely familiar, but she's a bit of a Burke, isn't she? And you just sat there having to... And I was just sat there thinking, I'm having to agree with this complete clown. And you just think, no wonder I don't watch KG Babies. But I just wanted to show that little bit before we finish, because it was very, very interesting little, because that curdled my cream. Oh, I'm sorry to say that, Max Starmer Headroom. I really do. Emily, yeah. Ah, yes. So is that her from the Institute of Economic Affairs? You know, the one who was part of Dizzy Lizzie's mini budget that tanked the economy. She's got the face that launched 1,000 ships. You didn't forget her. You don't forget her face. Well, before her stint on GB News, she fronted the prior to this job, and he worked for a Conservative MP in Parliament and the Henry Jackson Society. Yes, I thought she looked vaguely familiar. She's just see the thing is, she went down the route of saying, the women were saying that these people have a significant advantage, the height and this and that and the other. And she said, I spoke to plenty of these women complaining about, you know, who were competitors. And I think, well, if I'd have been him, I'd have said, well, who are these women then? Name them. And what tournament were it? And then I just says, how many of these female pool tournaments have you been to? And if she said a couple, and said, oh, you'll be able to name me at least 2 or 3 then that you've been to. Because I bet you bottom dollar she's been to none of them. She doesn't really care. It's just a culture where I want to basically attack the trans community. That's all it is, isn't it? And if I let you watch it anymore, you could see her getting more and more irate, and he's sounding more and more sensible. And this is on KGBBs. But yeah, that's she has got the face that launched 1,000 ships against. But yeah, I just thought that was share a little bit, because yeah, that's probably the reason why I don't watch stuff like I remember this guy. This is brilliant. Now you've had to listen to that clown for a minute and a half. Let's watch this bit. It's old, but it never gets old of watching Charlie Kirk get owned enough times. Let's enjoy this for a bit of fun.
Do human beings have tails?
I'm not exactly sure the essence of the question.
Do human beings have tails? Do you have a tail?
You know, I have never met anyone with a tail. I'm not exactly sure the...
Exactly. But fetuses have tails. Kind of proves that at that phase, they are not a human being. They got tails. Humans don't have tails. We're not dinosaurs. Let me even show you a photo, if I may, okay? Do you truly, in your heart of hearts, truly believe that this is a human being? This...
Without a doubt.
Without a doubt?
Yes.
This is a dolphin fetus.
So let me...
Without a doubt, a dolphin fetus is a human being. This...
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
...is a human fetus. Look how similar they look, but quite different. Dolphin. You just confirmed that a dolphin... In life, do you confuse dolphins for human babies often?
So let me
you
ask
go to SeaWorld and you're like, someone's got human babies in that aquarium. Get the human babies out of the aquarium.
Well, you labeled it as a human fetus.
No,
so
I
you
did not.
That dishonestly.
No, I did not.
Which he didn't. He asked, in your mind, is that a human fetus? And he said it was. He never labelled it. he asked him if he thought it was. Yes, in the terms of sport, it's a scientific commission that decides that, and not politicians. They shut up and listen to the medical stuff. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, absolutely. I'm confused. Yes. This is genuinely, yeah, absolutely one angry pagan. I just thought that was just brilliant. I just thought, yeah, this is no better than watching our Charlie Kirk get absolutely meant to look like an utter clown. And I told you that we would be having a bit of a Maggie Reed loving. I just realised I had forgotten I'd put a third one in. But what she does is what she did in this video is pretty good, and it's quite genuinely brilliant, because she has a point here, because she basically said, what if Obama did any of this? And she's right.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to
Imagine if I had done any of this.
the game show where we ask Republicans to imagine if Barack Obama had done any of this. Our guest today is Fox commentator Judge Janine Pirro. Welcome, Janine. Hi, everyone. Judge Janine here. They say wine improves with age, but I improve with wine. All right, Janine, let's get started. Imagine if Barack Obama blew off the dignified transfer of fallen U.S. soldiers for a Saudi-backed golf tournament and dinner. Oh my God, that's disgusting. He's the commander-in-chief, and he should show respect to our troops instead of playing golf all the time. God damn it! Okay. All right, Janine, imagine if Barack Obama imposed tariffs on 90 nations, not including Russia, that caused economic chaos, a looming recession, and turmoil with our allies. That man is a traitor and incompetent, and he's weakening us on the world stage. He doesn't care about Americans. This is a disaster. God damn it! Wow. All right, Janine, last scenario. Imagine if Barack Obama was selling a gold Obama card for $5 million, giving U.S. residency and work rights, plus perks to immigrants. It also has his face on it. God damn it! Okay, Janine. Now, what if I told you that everything that I just mentioned was actually not done by Barack Obama, but it was done by Donald Trump? What? Well, you're doing an amazing job, Mr. President. Well, there you have it, folks. Hypocrisy at its finest. Join us next time for...
Imagine if I had done any of this.
Hello,
Absolutely. It's he's absolutely right. Because it conclusively proves. I've seen watch videos where they talked about, you know, when there was when you're talking to these Trump supporters, you know, saying that Joe Biden missed the draft because he got bone spurs, and they said traitor to this country, this and that and the other, and we said, oh sorry, so we got that one wrong. No, that was Donald Trump. Oh well, you can't be in the army if you've got dodgy feet. And you just think, you know, it's fascinating to watch them, you know, the mental gymnastics that they do, you know. But good evening. Do you know, Sir Larry, that we've got Max Starmer Headroom in the chat, just playing Spot Kamala and Where's Eminem? Nobody has seen or heard from them since the election. Yeah, there's a point. Where's Kamala and Eminem? Do you think they might be one of the same, or they may be doing something a bit dodgy? But hello, Sir Larry. Keep an eye out, because we have Max Starmer Headroom in the chat. So if you want to have words about his briefs, he's around and about. Also, we might still have Rachel from accounting around here as well, and we probably still have Dodgy Syrup as well. But Yeah. It's fascinating watching the mental gymnastics of these Trump supporters, you know, where you basically tell them the crimes that Trump's committed, but say it was Joe Biden or Kamala Harris or Obama. That's it, they go mental. As soon as it's found out, well, no, it was actually Trump. You can see the look of horror on the face, and they cannot bring themselves to criticise him, can they? No, what is Frederick de Ruff? Yeah, it is. It's brilliant. So, right, don't know where she is, but she's still asking me for donations by email. Yes, absolutely brilliant. But anyway, right. This was an interesting, and I don't know if any of you remember to watch Restless Native films. You will have a chuckle. I certainly will. I will certainly look it up without a shadow of a doubt. But anyway, this was. Did anybody listen to the James O'Brien show today? Because especially the first half, because they were talking about was our beloved Labour leader, the headroom in the chat, that Rachel is useless, still waiting, waiting to filling my water. God, no. No, not the dodgy syrup. He was in the house a few days ago. He certainly was. Good evening, Rob Higgins. Hope you're well. Don't worry about it, Rob. No worries. It's not a problem. Just glad to see you, my friend. But he was talking about where he's basically saying that maybe it's time to be a bit more daring and stop being timid about saying it's time to, how can I put it? It was basically time to start talking more about rejoining the European Union. But like, anyway, he was getting some interesting phone calls, but then he got a bit of a phone call from this fantastic individual, and she is the Best for Britain's CEO. And if you watched it, if you didn't listen to it, if you listened to it, you know exactly what she's talking about. But if you didn't, what she does have to say about this is very, very interesting.
But do you think the events of the last week have changed the picture a bit? And we're always in danger, not you, quite the opposite in your case and Best for Britain's case, but for the rest of us, we're in danger of forgetting that the telescope has two ends. So Donald Trump's behaviour this week would make the European Union more amenable to the sort of settlement you describe, and should, in a logical universe, make the British government more desperate for it. Do you think that the tariff saga has been a game changer?
I don't know that it's been a sufficient game changer as yet.
Right.
What we do know from our frontier modelling is that if the EU is in alignment with us, we get a complete offset of the negative impact of Trump's tariffs on the UK. And by being in alignment with us, the EU's impact is reduced by about a third, which is not insignificant at all. And I think should be focusing mind, but I don't think they're quite there yet. And it's incumbent upon all of us to keep pointing it out.
So cautious optimism for the renegotiation in May then. And how important do you think it is that he starts publicly saying some of the things that you and your colleagues at Best for Britain have been publicly saying for years?
I think it's important for the EU to hear it. They need to hear that tone change in London.
And so do we. So do the British public, probably.
Absolutely. I think they will be very willing to do some kind of deal with us beyond the veterinary agreement that I talked about that doesn't really move the dial on growth at all, if it is quite clear that we aren't choosing between the US and the EU, but that we are prioritising the EU because, as you mentioned, we can rely on them. We aren't going to be at the mercy of them changing their minds every few hours as Trump does. And also just because trade declines in distance, they're closer to us, they're very big,
Gravity.
we should be prioritising our trade with them.
And how can anybody argue with the logic of saying that the European Union just makes more sense as a trading partner than the United States at the moment? Thank you, Naomi.
Yes, quite interesting. Now, I listened to it live because like he was basically saying that he feels that Starmer has just been a bit too timid. I also do think that maybe there's that little bit of with the thing where I get the feeling he wants to try and have his cake and eat it, you know, where he doesn't want to side too much with America and he doesn't want to side too much with the European Union. But I get the feeling as time goes by, the European Union are going to say, "Oh, you're supposed to want to be our ally." Well, you don't seem to be showing it, so it'd be interesting. But what do you guys think? But like, we need to align with the EU, you muppet. Well, yeah, go and negotiate with that speech and get chewed by the French. Now, when it comes to more defence spending or something, I did hear a little something that they want about, basically want to more fishing rights. I meant that the people are often zombies due to profound ignorance, hence their looks of surprise. Simple, unsound beliefs also bother me, zombie characteristics, but maybe you think maybe it's not a problem. Say something when Kid Rock is more relevant than Eminem and punk bands have to take up a resistance because hip hop stars love Trump and money too. Much Snoop Dogg. Yeah, he got a bit of backdraft from people when they found. Didn't he perform at his was it at his inauguration or something? Even Canada wants to join the EU, so guess who has the upper hand? Yes. Yet Starmer trusts Chomp and the special relationship. I also think there's a little bit where he thinks he has to say that as well. So, but I do think he's becoming a little bit timid because they were talking about. Remember when they were talking about he was before the election, he was skating on ice with that mink vase, and the mink vase was basically the election. But basically saying that now that mink vase doesn't. He's saying that mink vase isn't nothing anymore. So it depends on what's in it, you know, and especially when you've got Trump and Elon Musk waving about aimlessly, heavy sledgehammers around the place. It's not really what is it really worth it anymore? So it was interesting, but what she had to say I found quite interesting, especially when she talked about they did some numbers, you know, like if they did realign with the EU, that would bring at least 3 or 4% rise in GDP or something. It's all about growth and whatever. Yeah, but you should see people's faces when I explain to them that we are more close related to rats than we are to cats or dogs. The looks are of incredibly fucking hilarious. They're eating the cats, they're eating the dogs, they're eating the people that live there. Trump's inauguration, sad fucking has been hip-hop stars. What a sellout, yeah. You can negotiate more closely aligned, but not with the attitude of something for something the EU wants. Yeah, probably his job was winning arguments, not celebrity squares. Yeah, you're probably right. But as I say, we get down to the last couple now. Don't the couple of hours go so quick? Well, it does for me, because where we have a bit of fun. And let's see. We'll go back to how's the jobs for a Ulster council election to the Greens. Is that right? Oh well, it won't surprise me. It's like when it comes to local elections, the Greens don't do too bad, do they? Don't do too bad. But let's get to Trump doing the YMCA was disturbing, and I'm not. Okay, it doesn't matter. Let's. But speaking of Trump, when it comes, let's have a little look back on how's the American jobs for American people thing going off. Yes, Trump. Yes, the American jobs for American people thing. You know you want to see it. Felt like bottom then. Yeah, don't it look fetching in that maid's outfit? Oh, I'm so sorry there, Joe. I do apologise. I'm starting to think that when it comes to news before you. I'm starting to think that maybe I should carry a health warning before the Friday Frolic starts. There's either people with cracked sides with laughter, or they've spilt their tea over themselves, or spilt their dinner all over themselves in laughing. I think this show should carry a health warning. Have a peep at the billionaire hillbillies. Actually, I will do that. See if I can find it. There's plenty in the can of finished dinner. Oh well, that'll do. That's important. That's the important bit. And let's just say, and finally, we have to do this. As we're nearing the end now. I'll do it this way, because I think there's a couple of wider shots. But anyway, also, we always say that a Friday Frolic won't be a Friday Frolic without the wonderful Maggie Reid. Also, a Friday Frolic won't be a Friday Frolic without the wonderful, talented and brilliant, hilariously and witty Matilda Thorpe. And let's just say, Trump's week of testy tariffs, take us out to Matilda Thorpe.
In a few moments, I will sign a historic executive order instituting reciprocal tariffs on countries throughout the world.
We're in safe hands. All will be well. He's totally got this.
U.S. stocks are tumbling.
Trust him. He knows what he's doing. They need to know who's boss. He's totally got this.
We are following the breaking news of President Trump threatening to slap China with additional tariffs.
It's all going to bounce back. We have to have the pain before it gets better. He's totally got this.
This Sunday, tariff turbulence.
There is method to his madness. It's going to work out. He's totally got this.
We start with the continuing turmoil in the financial markets.
It's a disaster. I've lost all my savings. I can't sleep. He's gone mad. Why isn't anyone doing anything?
The breaking news from the United States. Tariffs are paused for 90 days.
There's nothing to worry about.
Because I'm telling you, these countries are calling us up, kissing my ass.
He's totally got this.
Oh, nice. I wish I could, but I'm on call right now. Oh, I'm sorry, that Alistair. That's not cracking news, is it? But yes, my God, it's just after 7:20. My God, nearly 2.5 hours, and I have to say, them couple of hours have just absolutely flown back. $6 for eggs in USA right now. Jesus Christ. That's an expensive omelette, isn't it? I drink the Pearl and Blanchard Pilsner. Sounds nice. I'll be having a cheeky beer after I've finished here myself. Yeah, you are absolutely brilliant, Frederick Ruff. Absolutely. She's brilliant. Because she has that fantastic knack of sounding like a Tory MP and taking the piss at the same time. And when you get people, there are people who, honestly, she's a little bit like Rosie Holt. She could just pull it off where people think she's actually... They think she is actually a mad politician and she's just taking the piss. I was beginning to think this was an All Shorts live stream. Oh no, I could never go that long. No, never. No, I could never go that long. But anyway, well, as I say, the last... just seems to fly by. Shows you how much I enjoy doing these. You just have a bit of a laugh, and with everything that's going on in this around at the moment, you just need that little bit of a breathing space where we just have a good giggle. So I just wanted to say big thank you. Give us a big thumbs up for my moderators. yes, yeah, I do. Fooled Frederick Roth, yeah. So give my moderators a fantastic thumbs up, because they're absolutely brilliant. Couldn't do this without them. And I'll just leave it to say, I shall bid you farewell, and know what is Reagan late. Take care. You get yourself better as well, as we know you've not been well. So get well soon, Reagan. Get well soon, and I shall bid you farewell. Also, see if anybody can find that story about please play with my box. I would like to see if that's true. But anyway, take care, my friends. Have a lovely weekend, and have a lovely evening as well. And see you later, my friends. And thanks for stopping by.